Hello, my friends. I'm Clover, and this is Genuinely Approachable Sudoku. And today we are solving Giddy Gattaites by Philip Newman. This is a mini Gattai Sudoku. So what's going on here? We have 5 4x4 Sudoku grids. Standard 4x4 Sudoku rules apply in each of these grids, and wherever there's a digit that is in the overlap between two grids, it has to follow Sudoku rules for both of those grids. The thing to be careful about here is that just because it looks like two digits are in the same row or same column, if they don't share a grid with each other, they could be equal. So for instance, it is possible that this is a 2 and then this is also a 2, because this cell is only in the central grid, and this cell is only in the top right grid, so they do not share a grid. We also have Kropki Pairs, meaning that cells that are separated by a black dot are in a 1:2 ratio, and cells that are separated by a white dot are consecutive, and not all possible dots have necessarily been given. Thermometers, so along each of these gray thermometers, the digits have to increase, starting at the round end and moving towards the tip. And arrow, along the arrows, the digits on the arrow part sum to whatever the value is in here. And this should be a pretty speedy little solve. It is a little bit more of a visually complex puzzle, but the deductions I found were pretty straightforward when I was working on it myself. So let's have a look. So this long thermo has 4 cells, and there are only 4 digits to work with here, so that has to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be a 1-2 pair, and that's going to be a 3-4 pair. Now these cells are in a 1:2 ratio, and they can't include a 4, so that must be 1 and 2, making that a 3. And we get the rest of it via classic Sudoku. That makes this a 1-3 pair because this is a region of the central grid. 1 and 2 are in a 1:2 ratio. So now that's going to be a 3-4 pair, and that's going to be 1 and 2. This can't be a 3 because 3 isn't in a 1:2 ratio with anything else in this grid. So that's 4, which is in a 1:2 ratio with 2, which is in a 1:2 ratio with 1. And then we go to 2, and then this must be either 1 or 4. That's going to be a 2, that's going to be a 1 or a 4. By Sudoku, we get this. And we finish off the grid. This 1 is now a 1 right there. Now if we look at this long arrow, the minimum this could be would be 2 plus 1 making 3, plus 1 more making 4, so we must be at our minimum. And we get this all by classic Sudoku. 4 is consecutive with 3 and not with 1. And we get the rest of the central grid by classic Sudoku. Now because of this thermometer, we have to be increasing, so 3 increases to 4. 2 is going to be consecutive with 3 and then 4. 4 with 3. This is going to have to be a 2 because it can't be a 4. And that's going to go 2, 3, 4. And now we finish off with some classic Sudoku in the bottom left. And that is how you solve Philip Newman's lovely mini Gattai. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. I definitely did. If you want to check it out yourself, the link to do so is in the description below this video. And I will see you in a few days.